Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances.
Please accept
Hare Krishna
mine.
Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Thank you
Maharaj.
very much for coming punctually for today's class. I'm a bit late. Sorry about that. So, okay, so let's start with the invocation. I'll need to be empowered to share the screen. Thank you. So we do as we are doing every day. I sing the Sanskrit and then different devotees can read the translations. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Yananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Svapadantikam. Translation.
I was
Roshni.
born.
Hare Krishna, I was born in the darkest ignorance and my spiritual master opened my eyes with the torch of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. When will Srila Rupa Goswami, who has established within this material world the mission to fulfill the desire of Lord Chaitanya, give me shelter under his lotus feet?
Thank you. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Ragunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sakagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha. Kishori.
I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of my spiritual master and unto the feet of all Vaishnavas. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of Sri Rupa Goswami along with his elder brother Sanatan Goswami as well as Radhunath Das and Radhunath Bhatt, Gopal Bhatt and Srila Jeev Goswami. I offer my respectful obeisances to Lord Vishnu Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda, along with Advaita Acharya Dadadhar, Shivas and other associates. I offer my respectful obeisances to Srimati Radharvani and Shri Krishna along with their associates Shri Lalita and Vishakha.
Thank you. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. Lakshmi.
Oh my dear Krishna, you are friend of the distressed and the source of creation. You are the master of the gopis and the lover of Radharani. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you.
Thank you. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Bina.
I offer my respect to Radharani, whose bodily complexion is like molten gold, and who is the queen of Vrindavana. You are the daughter of King Vrishabhanu, and you are very dear to Lord Krishna.
Thank you. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Sagar.
Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam. I offer my respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnavas devotees, Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They can fulfill the desires of everyone, just like desired trees, and they are full of compassion for the fallen souls. Thank you
Thank
very much.
you. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Mehak, you wanted to read, I think, in the beginning.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. I offer my obeisances to Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Sri Vas, and all others in the line of devotion.
Thank you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we continue reading and discussing from chapter 10. Yesterday we read and discussed the first part of the chapter up to text 11. It's a very important section because in it Krishna explains his greatness as Supreme Personality of Godhead and how he is unknown even to the demigods and sages, what to speak of other living beings. And Krishna points out that when someone comes to acknowledge that Krishna cannot be known ordinarily and acknowledges his qualities, which are unlimited, then that person can start to understand a little Krishna, because that person will surrender unto Krishna, will serve Krishna, and then will worship Krishna. So naturally gradually we'll get love for Krishna, and then Krishna will reveal to that person. That was basically described yesterday, and then we came up to the Chatushloki, the four essential verses from the Bhagavad Gita, describing Krishna's position as the source of all spiritual and material worlds, and how the sages who know this perfectly, they develop love for him and worship him with all their hearts. And then also the qualities of the devotees, how the devotees always are thinking of Krishna, always speaking about Krishna, experiencing bliss, sharing with each other their realizations about Krishna's presence in their lives and their services to Krishna. And then the third verse describe of the Chatushloki explain how Krishna helps those who serve him with love. He will give those devotees the intelligence to go back to him. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport that even if someone is connected to a bona fide spiritual organization, like we are, like in the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, it may happen that the devotee may not be qualified enough to understand Krishna, understand the process of devotional service. But if this devotee is engaged in all kinds of services for Krishna and for his devotees, Krishna from the heart will help that devotee to go back to him. And then in the last verse, in case it was not clear enough, Krishna reassures us about his mercy, how out of compassion for the devotees, Krishna destroys all darkness, all ignorance within the hearts of the devotees. Whatever obstacles appear on the path, Krishna takes care of destroying it, especially the internal limitations or shortcomings. So this was from yesterday. Before we move to today's section, do you have any questions about any pending questions from yesterday's readings or discussions? Okay, seems to be clear. Very good. So today we will read the rest of the chapter from verses 2 to 42. This can be divided in two sections. One goes from 12 to 18, in which Arjuna acknowledges Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the absolute truth. And he says that this is confirmed by great sages such as Narada, Asita Devala, and the different Vyasadeva. And then also Krishna himself is confirming Krishna is the greatest authority. So Arjuna is accepting Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Absolute Truth. And he says, I am accepting everything you told me. I fully agree. I surrender to it. So, and then Arjuna asks Krishna, how can we know him in this world? And this chapter is known many times in Sanskrit. It is known as the Vibhuti Yoga chapter. Vibhuti means Krishna's opulence. So, and now Krishna will describe from verses 19 through 42 how he can be seen in the wonderful manifestations and particularly the special, outstanding creations that we find in the universe. And Krishna is referring to a prominent personality, a prominent sample from a particular category of that exists in the universe, and how that personality is known as Krishna's Vibhuti. So whatever special power someone is showing, that's Krishna's Vibhuti. So, okay, let's read. Whoever likes to read can do so from verses 12 through 18. Sagar?
Hare Krishna Maharaj. 12 to 18. Arjuna said, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Deva, and Vyasa confirm this truth about you. And now you yourself are declaring it to me. Oh Krishna, I totally accepted truth. All that you have told me, neither the demigods nor the demons, O Lord, can understand your personality. Indeed, you alone know yourself by your own international potency, O Supreme Person, origin of all, Lord of all beings, God of all, God of gods, Lord of the universe. Please tell me in detail of your divine opulences by which you pervade all these worlds. O Krishna, O Supreme, O Krishna, O Supreme Mystic, how shall I constantly think of you, and how shall I know you? In what various forms are you to be remembered, O Supreme Personality of Godhead? O Janardana, again please describe in detail the mystic power of your opulences. I am never satiated in hearing about you, for the more I hear, the more I want to taste the nectar of your words.
Thank you.
Thank you. Master.
Okay, so let's look a little bit of. So this is the section we're seeing. So Arjuna's acceptance and request to Krishna. So the acceptance is that after hearing the Chatushloki and Krishna's proclamations about himself, about his devotees, and about the relationships he maintains with his devotees and how he helps them, Arjuna is proclaiming now that Krishna is supreme, Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitam Paramam Bhavam, Purusham Shashvatam Divyam, Adidevam Macham Vibhum. So Arjuna is proclaiming this way. And we could reflect on Arjuna's acceptance of Krishna as a gradual process. Like in the beginning, in the first purport of the Gita, Srila Prabhupada is speaking about how we will see how Arjuna tries to understand Krishna's words and his teachings. In the beginning, he was arguing with Krishna. He was telling Krishna, no, you want me to fight, but I will not fight. He tells Govinda, I shall not fight. And he gives many reasons why he will not fight. But then he comes to surrender to Krishna, and he throughout the whole Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna listens to Krishna after surrendering unto him. He is reflecting about what Krishna is saying. He is assimilating it, also looking into his own experience and learnings, and following the teachings of Krishna in chapter 4, the Tatvidhi Pranipadena verse, that one should approach a spiritual master with proper attitude, a submissive attitude, asking questions, offering service. So Arjuna is asking with such an attitude. And now we see in this chapter how he is quoting authorities, the great sages who also proclaim that Krishna is God. So it is not something sentimental, but is supported by higher authority. And in addition, he has personal living experience, like in second verse of chapter 9, when Krishna describes the king of knowledge, Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitramidam Uttamam Pratyakshavāgamam Dharmyam Shusukam Kartumavyayam. That the process of devotional service gives direct perception of the self by enlightenment, by spiritual self-realization. So therefore, he is able to, he has a personal experience. So, and therefore he says, yes, I totally accept as truth all that you have told me. And Arjuna, for us, is a great authority because he is direct disciple of Krishna. He is Krishna's friend, but also he is exemplary disciple who in a very difficult situation is taking the right shelter of the Supreme Spiritual Master, and also any human being who takes shelter of the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita, following in the footsteps of Arjuna, will be able to understand Krishna in truth, to understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then the question may be raised, why is Arjuna asking Krishna to describe other aspects of his potencies? Any answers from your side, from what you have read or what you have heard? Why Arjuna is asking Krishna to describe more? If he is convinced, why he's describing, asking Krishna for more?
Maharaji, maybe he wants to know more and more about Krishna, as he says that I want to hear more about you. So he wants to know the other potencies, because if you love someone, you want to know him completely, the way he is, the authorities he have, all these things. I think so.
Very good. Very good point. Thank you. Yes, so he wants to, he says, I'm never satiated of hearing about you. I want to hear more and more. He's so much in bliss that he wants to learn more about Krishna. Any other reasons why Krishna?
Prabhuji,
Yes.
maybe our goal is to satisfy Krishna, so he want to know more about Krishna to serve him in better way, so that we want to know more about that person, we love, so we could serve them in better way.
Okay, good point. Very good. Thank you. Any other reasons?
Maybe he wants us to know about Krishna.
Yes, very important point. He's asking for our benefit, for the benefit of others. So he is not selfish. He wants to share Krishna with everybody. So he's asking for the benefit of others. So we will read from the purpose in verses 16 and 17 about this. So Arjuna, actually, he is compassionate towards other living beings. So he's asking for their sake. And yes, what you mentioned before, some of you, that Arjuna wants to know more about Krishna. Okay, so let's do some reading. Who likes to read purport to text 16? We heard the verse. So, Naina?
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Purport. In this verse, it appears that Arjun is already satisfied with his understanding of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. By Krishna's grace, Arjun has personal experience, intelligence, and knowledge, and whatever else a person may have. And through all these agencies, he has understood Krishna to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For him, there is no doubt, yet he is asking Krishna to explain his all pervading nature. People in general and the impersonalist in particular concern themselves mainly with all pervading nature of the Supreme. So Arjun is asking Krishna how he exists in his all pervading aspect through his different energies. One should know that this is being asked by Arjun on behalf of the common people.
And you? So we see like he's thinking of others on behalf of the common people. He's asking. Thank you. Also, we can also read the purpose to 17. Whoever is next who likes to read. Lakshmi.
As it is stated in the previous chapter, the Supreme Personality of Godhead covered by his yoga Maya, only surrendered soul and devotees can see him. Now Arjuna is convinced that his friend Krishna is the Supreme Godhead, but he wants to know that personal general process by which the all pervading laws can be understood by the common man including the demons and atheists, cannot know Krishna because he is graduated by his yoga maya energy. Again, these questions are asked by Arjuna for their benefit. The superior devotee is concerned not only for his own understanding but for the understanding of all mankind. So Arjuna, out of his mercy, because he is a Vaishnava, a devotee, is opening for the common man the understanding of all per- pervasiveness of the Supreme Lord. He addressed Krishna specifically as Yogin because Shri Krishna is the master of the Yoga Maya energy, by which he is covered and uncovered by to the common man. The common man who has known love for Krishna cannot always think of Krishna. Therefore, he has to think materially. Arjuna is considering the mode of thinking of materialistic person of the world. The word Keshu ka Bhaveshu refers to the material nature of what bhava means physical things. Because materialistic cannot understand Krishna spiritually, they are advised to concentrate the mind on physical things and try to see Krishna in manifested by physical representation. Thank you.
Thank you. So, yeah, that's very important. Like in the second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, we learn the first chapter is entitled The First Step in God Realization. And this entails to see God through the universal form. So first we learn to see God, to see Krishna, in whatever manifestations we can see. And therefore we find in Bhagavad Gita many sections in which Krishna connects his presence with the elements we experience in this world. Like you may remember from chapter 7, Krishna was saying, Rasoham apsu kaunteya prabhasmi shashi suryayo. I am the tasting water, I am the sunlight, the moonlight, I am the sound in ether, I am the ability in human beings. Balam balavatam chaham kamaraga vivarjitam. Of the strong, particularly which is devoid of passion, on material ambition, like that. Dharma viruddha bhuteshu kamosmi. I am sex life which is not against dharma, according to dharma. So Krishna is present in all the manifestations in this world. So in this chapter, this Vibhuti Yoga chapter is very important because it teaches us how to see Krishna's presence and Krishna's greatness. And we see like in the two purports, the previous purport 16 and this purport 17, Srila Prabhupada is underlying how Krishna is asking for the benefit of the common human beings. So this is the heart of a devotee. Devotees are always thinking of the benefit of others. They want to give Krishna to others because they know that those people who are far from Krishna, actually they do suffer a lot. And when we have Krishna, even if in this world there are so many difficulties, which is natural from the material world, but Krishna gives us protection and shelter, and life becomes much joyful and happy. Let's also read purport to text 18, and then we will take some questions, and I have a little exercise. Prachi?
Hare Krishna Maharaj, purport once can never be stated, even though one continuously hears the transcendental pastimes of Krishna, who is glorified by excellent prayers. Those who have entered into a transcendental relationship with Krishna relish at every step the descriptions of the pastime of the Lord. Thus, Arjun is interested in hearing about Krishna and specifically how he remains as the all-pervading Supreme Lord. Now, as far as Amrita, Amritam nectar is concerned, any narration or statement concerning Krishna is just like nectar, and this nectar can be perceived by practical experience. Modern stories, fiction, and histories are different from the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. In the one will try tire of hearing mundane stories, but one never tires of hearing about Krishna. It is for this reason only that the history of the whole universe is replete, replete with reference to the pastime of the incarnations of Godhead. The Puranas are histories of bygone age. They relate the pastime of the various incarnations of the Lord. In this way, the reading matter remains forever fresh despite repeated readings.
Thank you. So in this purpose, Srila Prabhupada is emphasizing how Arjuna wanted to hear, because he was very eager to learn more about Krishna. And he was relishing the nectar of Krishna Katha, Krishna's topics. Pure devotees relish the nectar of Krishna Katha. There are two types of Krishna Katha. One is Bhagavad Gita, and this is what Krishna speaks about himself. And another type of Krishna Katha, topics about Krishna, is Srimad Bhagavatam. And that is whatever pure devotees speak about Krishna. So this is very, very important. I would like to do now a little exercise. I have done this in like a live classroom. I never did this online, but we can do it the first time. This will be the first experience with Pakistan devotees. So it's a simple exercise. It's about Shastra Chakshus. Are you familiar with Shastra Chakshus? Who can say what's the meaning of Shastra Chakshus?
The eyes of scriptures, maybe.
Very good, yes. Chakshu means the eyes, or the vision, and Shastra means scripture. So in the methodology of studying Srila Prabhupada's books, in some teachers use multiple educational aims. So it is not only about learning theoretically the knowledge found in scriptures, but about applying it in our daily lives. So one of these aims is called Shastra Chakshus, which means to learn to see the world with the eyes of a scripture. So the exercise is going to be as follows. I want to ask for some volunteers who would like to speak on spontaneously about Krishna. Okay? So those of you who would like, I will give you the guidelines because there is one guideline. So if you are interested in being one of them, this will be 1 or 2 minutes. You don't have to do like a long lecture. You have to speak 1 or 2 minutes spontaneously about connecting something that I will mention with Krishna. Who would like to participate? You can write your names on the chat, and I will take one after another according to those of you who write your names. And to those who participate, we can give like that, we can give like a round of applause to those who participate. Okay, Krishna Priya Mataji.
Maharaji, I didn't get actually what we have to do. Like we have to write the name in the chat box. Those who wants to participate.
Those who will be willing to speak.
Speak. Okay, so
you can write the
that
names.
person.
And then I'll take up to 10 names. I cannot take more because we need to see the other section. But up to 10 names I can take. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so far there are 4, 5. 5. Anyone else? Don't worry, it's not an examination, so you will not fail. And Krishna will appreciate you are taking risk to glorify him. Yeah, I can repeat the exercise. Bina Kumari Mataji is asking, she didn't heard about the exercise. I will tell you exactly. You will have to speak 1 or 2 minutes spontaneously about Krishna in relation to something I will say. And I will give to each speaker a different. When you say yes, you mean you are in. You will also participate. Okay, good. So we have, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we do 7. And then if after you see that what the others did, you want to go for it, the 3 more can join. Okay, I have 10 different topics and I'll follow the order. And the concept is because we are discussing Krishna's opulences, then you are meant to connect Krishna with things from this world. And you can quote from Bhagavad Gita You can speak about your own realization, whatever you know. It's up to you how you will speak to spontaneously to another person. So we start with Gaitari, and your speech should connect Krishna with trees, tree or trees. Please start.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams. Basically, the meaning of Krishna's names is all attractive. So he can attract everything, even the trees and the forest of Vrindavan. All trees, small plants, everything was attracted to him. So when Krishna goes near to trees, the leaves of trees starting to move, and this cold breeze around this was felt by the friends of Krishna when they were with them. So when Krishna goes to them, trees feel joy and they started dancing, and they started like feeling like Krishna is near us, and they dance and move and just this. It was enough.
Thank you very much. Very good. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Next, Krishna Priya Mataji can connect Krishna with Father.
So, Hare Krishna Maharaj. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that he actually just by his glance impregnates this universe. So Krishna has that power to with just his glance he can impregnate all this material nature, and then we can like come into this material world. And also as a father, he loves us, like yesterday also you were mentioning that like he loves us. His love is real for us, and just a father always gives a free will to his son. So Krishna also allows us to use our own free will or be in our free will. So, but we should not misuse it. And also that Krishna, yes, even if we see from the demons and demigods, Krishna is also the father of Lord Brahma. I think Maharaj, this is difficult topic for me.
Thank you. Yeah, good. Well done. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker in the chat is Sagar Prabhuji, and this will be river. Connect Krishna with river. You have to unmute yourself. Sagar, are you there?
Maharaj, I think his internet is not stable. Now he's here.
You can, if there is problem to now you seem to be moving, that's okay. But if it's short, you can put out the camera and speak without the camera, if you like, if the internet is not good. Otherwise, with camera, you are most welcome if internet is good enough. Did you get what you need to speak about? Sagar? Did you understand the exercise? You have to unmute yourself.
Krishna Maharaj, am I audible?
Yes. Yes, now you are, yes. Please go ahead.
Yes, yes, Maharaj, I can understand. It's my internet problem. Sorry, Maharaj. I can understand that. Matlab, I can connect the Krishna with river.
Yes, please. Please do so.
River. Maharaj. But actually, I can't understand how to connect Krishna with river. Actually, the
Okay. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. Maybe the next speaker. Let's go to the next speaker on the list. Barka. You can do river, Krishna and river.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Connecting Krishna with rivers, if we go in the pastimes, like as much as we have heard, the pastimes of Krishna with river Yamuna, on the banks of Yamuna with gopis and everything. Like it was so it was a blissful time. Like if we hear about it, we are like, it's just the internal bliss for us. Whenever we hear about Krishna playing flute on the banks of river Yamuna, and playing with his cowherd friends, and with the gopis and everything, the stealing of clothes, that was also done on the river. So it's such beautiful pastimes that we actually get to know about him, which actually connects us to Krishna more and more. And that's how we want to know more about what he did in his pastimes, more with river Yamuna. So I guess that's pretty much it.
Thank you very much. Very good. Next speaker, Kashish. The topic will be child. Child.
Child. Okay, Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. So, a child, when we see as I have the Laddu Gopal, Krishna's, so whenever I see the little child or in the Krishna with pastimes, when Krishna does so many like things that with the Yashoda Maya and with the so these all things that memorize me. These are the wonderful pastimes of Krishna, which stealing the butter and all these the flute when Krishna was a child. So these are the all pastimes of the Krishna's child, is very beautiful memorize that these are very beautiful memories of Krishna. So I always, so many times I think about Krishna as my child. Like when I offer bhoga to Krishna, I have two Laddu Gopals. So when I offer him, the other will say that in my heart that you are not offering to me. So this is very beautiful thinking about Krishna as a child.
Thank you very much. So Ladu Gopal, because Joseph Ladu Gopal gave you the topic of child because he's your child.
Yes.
So he said you
Yes.
speak about me. Very good, thank you. Next, this will be Mehak, and the topic is wind. Wind. Where is Mehak?
Hare Krishna Maharaj. So it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita, as a wind moves everywhere, unseen, untouched. So Krishna also moved through every part of our lives silently and guiding us silently, like in our hearts, but we can't see that our that times. Krishna also says in the Bhagavad Gita, the life air is the wind within the body, the breath that keeps us alive. So every breath we take is actually Krishna sustaining us. So that's enough. I don't remember anything. So how to connect Krishna with wind?
Very good. Very good, thank you. Next, okay, let me see. Okay. Veena. So Veena, and the topic for Veena is moon. You can start whenever you are ready. You can do so.
Maharaji, all the things, like all the creation created by the Krishna. So he created the moon so that to prevent the darkness in the world. And I don't know. Krishna Krishna beauty is more than like moon. No, other thing I can't remember.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Krishna is known as Krishna Chandra sometimes because he's beautiful like the full moon. Krishna Chandra, sometimes you may have heard, or here in New Brajamandala, in the temple I'm serving in Spain. I do travel, but I have my base here. And the name of the deity is Shri Shri Radha Govinda Chandra. It's Govinda Chandra. So the moon, Govinda, the moon, like the moon. Thank you. Next, let's see.
Maharaj,
Yes.
can I add something? I don't know I'm correct or not in the part of moon.
Yes.
There is a verse where Krishna says the moon is moon is a star, but it's not a star. It is a star, but it is not a star. And moon is like Krishna is like a moon. Like moon is one, and Krishna is one.
Yes, there is we will come to that actually in the second part of the class today, when Krishna is saying, he says, from the nakshatras, that's many times translated as the stars, I am the moon, Krishna is saying. So, but Krishna is the original. Actually, sometimes the moon and the sun are described like the eyes of the universal form. So we can meditate on the sun and the moon. Oh, this is the Supreme Lord is looking at me like the sun and the moon. Okay, so yeah, I wanted to show you a picture. Let me see if I can find a picture of Sri Sri Radha Govinda Chandra. 1 second. Okay, I'll show it now. So this is 1 second is coming. So this picture is from Sri Sri Radha Govinda Chandra, presiding deities in Spain. This is in the summer, that's why he doesn't wear, it was hot at the time when this picture was taken. In the winter, he has more clothes. So he's beautiful like the full moon, and Srimati Radharani is very, very beautiful. Isn't it? Can you see?
Yes, Maharaji, those are very beautiful.
Whenever you can, you should come and visit. Come to Spain and visit. No, and they gave you darshan, so you can you can come now. So okay, so let's take. Let me check. There were like 2 or 3 more. Uh, hmm. Mhm. Okay, so there are 2 more speakers, and then we will move to reading the next section. So Naina, and the topic for Naina is dress.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Connect Krishna, the Supreme Lord, with grass. In the greenery areas or in garden, the Krishna make grass with gopis and dance with gopis, and Krishna also love to play with the birds and other animals, but most probably birds. So Krishna love all living beings, and Krishna is present in everywhere, and so we can feel Krishna uh, uh, in our surroundings, or yes. Thank you.
Thank you. You spoke about, you said grass, no? I said dress. Anyway, you spoke about Krishna, so you said Krishna many times, and it's good. There is a saying like, sometimes in Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada's spiritual master, sometimes there will be an article published in a newspaper, and then when they will tell him, oh, the article, they are not speaking so favorable. So then he will say how many times the name Krishna was mentioned. And then they will count the names. And if the name Krishna was mentioned many times, he will say it's very good article. So in your case, you spoke favorably about Krishna, and you mentioned Krishna many times. So it was very good. Okay, and last but not least, for this exercise, Riya Mataji, and this will be animal.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Like Krishna says that I am the father of every living entity. So we can just feel when we see any animal like a peacock, Krishna wears the feather of peacock. We can feel the presence of Krishna in animals, like they are so innocent. Krishna is present in them when they are around us, like birds, like butterflies, like any animal. We can feel pleasure being around them just by thinking of Krishna.
Very good.
That's
Very
it.
good. Thank you. Only when there are mosquitoes, like, are there mosquitoes in Pakistan? Yes, in the
Yes.
summer. So when there are mosquitoes, we also should remember Krishna, that Krishna is living in the house. Don't kill them.
Maharaj, how
Don't
can
kill
we
them.
remember Krishna when we see the lizard or cockroach?
When see a cockroach.
Or
Yeah,
lizard, when the
yes.
lizard is just walking on the floor. So at that time, how can we remember Krishna?
Yeah, you can remember Krishna. Krishna, please save me. Save me from the cockroach. Isn't it? Anyway, depends on each devotee. I remember once sometimes there are persons who have phobia to to certain insects or animals. It's something maybe from a previous lifetime, or maybe we were in some hellish planet and these animals were attacking us or whatever. So I remember once we have a preaching center in Madrid. We went up to a neighbor who was the president of the building. There were many people living in the building, and we have the temple in a storefront in the ground floor. So we went to talk to the lady who was the president of the community in all the neighbors, and we were speaking, and suddenly a big, I think it was a cockroach or some type of insect appeared, and she was almost standing on a table, became very, very fearful. We were shocked, we didn't know what to do because it was just a cockroach, would not bite. The cockroach is dirty, but it's not, will not bite. But this lady had phobia to the insects. So anyway, we didn't do a kirtan because she would not understand so much, but we could have, say, do a kirtan to save her from the cockroach. But anyway, we should remember that Krishna lives within all the living beings. Krishna says, we saw that in chapter 9, I'm the life of all that lives. That's why we, like devotees, they apply the principles of ahimsa, not killing, not harming unnecessarily other living entities. Sometimes there may be extreme situations, there is no choice, like somebody is ill and then is taking medicine to kill the microbes, and like you are doing medical studies. So what to do? What to do? And then, okay, then you pray to Krishna, chant Hare Krishna, and do your best. But we should be very respectful to all living beings, as Priya was pointing out, that we should see Krishna in all the hearts of all the animals. And of course, Krishna is the friend of all the animals in Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, animals, in original Vrindavan, animals are friendly to each other. So then there is one verse in the Bhagavatam stating even tigers and deer, they become friends. Like in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was traveling through the Jarikanda forest on his way to Vrindavan, and he made all the animals who by nature are inimical to become friends and to sing according to their own ways, sing and dance, following the kirtan of Lord Chaitanya. Any questions you want to ask before we move to the next section? Krishna Priya, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Maharaj, I have a question from the word. It's 70. I want to know the difference between Yoga Maya, Maya, or Mahamaya. Because if we see from the perspective of Krishna says in chapter purport 17 that Yoga Maya is like, I'm the master of Yoga Maya, and common man became covered or uncovered about the Supreme Lord. So Maya also do the same thing, Maharaj. Like, as per I know that it covers our Krishna covers himself or uncover himself. It's his choice. So want to know the difference between the Yoga Maya, Mahamaya, or Maya.
Yes, Yoga Maya is Krishna's internal potency. That's Yoga Maya. And this is his energy, which sometimes makes devotees, of course, Yogamaya acts in many different ways for the development of Krishna's pastimes, but she makes devotees forget Krishna's position as God in order to have a more intimate, loving exchange. Like, for instance, in Vrindavan, Krishna's cohort friends, they are covered by Yogamaya. They don't see Krishna as God, they see Krishna as their best friend. They see Krishna as equal. They love him totally, but they play with him like a little child will play with another friend child. And so, and the same happened with the gopis in their intimate loving exchanges with Krishna and Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj. They are affected by Yogamaya, Krishna's internal potency. Mahamaya, according to Srila Prabhupada in some purpose in the 10th canto of the Bhagavatam, and also quoting the commentaries of Acharyas as Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur, Mahamaya is an expansion of Yogamaya. So Mahamaya is Maha means great, a big Maya, because Mahamaya makes the conditioned souls forget Krishna. In the case of Yogamaya, yoga means union. Union also means magic. Yoga also has that level. So Yogamaya, the potency, the energy of Krishna that creates more union between Krishna and his devotees. And Mahamaya covers those who are inimical or skeptical towards Krishna. So those are covered by Mahamaya. And Maya is a general term, so we can use in generally, many times we would say such and such person is in Maya, or I am in Maya. That means I am in Mahamaya, usually. Usually when we say, isn't it? We don't use it, I'm in Maya, I'm in love with Krishna. Usually we don't. Although the term Maya also has the meaning of mercy, Krishna's mercy. So, because it's Krishna's energy. It's another meaning of the term Maya. But Maya is more general. From Krishna's viewpoint, everything is Yoga Maya. And that's why Krishna says in chapter 7, you may remember, he said, Naham Prakasha Sarvasya Yoga Maya Samavrita. I cover those who are atheists and impersonalists. I cover them with my Yoga Maya. Because from Krishna's viewpoint, it is his energy. It doesn't make any difference. And the example is given, it is like electricity. For an electrician, electricity can heat or can cool, can refrigerate. So it's the same energy. So Krishna's energy, Yoga Maya, can bring the souls closer to him or can cover the souls when they want to distance themselves from Krishna. Then generally it is called Mahamaya. But sometimes Krishna calls it Yoga Maya because that's his viewpoint, it's his energy. It doesn't make any difference. Okay.
Thank you so much, Maharaj.
Okay, let's now read the verses 19 through 42 describing 80 plus manifestations of Krishna. So let's read. Hitika, you want to read or you want to ask? You want to read? To read, okay. Good, you were quick, it's good. So let's go there.
Prabhuji, I had a question.
Yes, one sec. Okay, I'll take the question and then Hitika can read. That's fine. Yes, please.
Prabhuji, in text 18, there is an end of the paragraph written this: the Puranas are history of bygone ages that relate the pastime of various incarnation of Lord. In this way, the reading matter remain forever fresh despite repetitive reading. This last line, kindly elaborate. After repetitive reading, it.
Okay, 1 second. I'm going there with my book. Okay, I'll come post it on the screen. The last phrase, in this way, the reading matter remains forever fresh, despite repeated readings. So you want me to elaborate on this statement by Srila Prabhupada? Yes, because Srila Prabhupada is saying that we have the literature, such as the Puranas. We have Srimad Bhagavatam is the Bhagavata Purana or the Amala Purana, the purest and the best among the Puranas. But then we have other beautiful Puranas like Vishnu Purana, Padma Purana, Varaha Purana, and so on, and Brihannaradija Purana. So all these texts, there are like more than 400,000 verses in the 18 main Puranas. And then if we take the Upa Puranas, scriptures which are similar to the Puranas, even if they are not as, we could say, as perfect from the literary viewpoint, but because they give knowledge about God in form of histories, ancient histories of the universe, then Srila Prabhupada is saying that when we read all these books, even though we may read more than once, it feels fresh. We don't mind to read again. Like for instance, also we read Krishna book. Krishna book is based on the 10th canto of the Bhagavatam, and it is about Krishna's life. Krishna's life in Vrindavan, in Mathura, and Dwarka with his different devotees. And it is always fresh. We can read it again and again, and we like it. We don't say, oh, I already read this book. I don't want to read anymore. Because the topic is Krishna, then it becomes very, very inspiring. The same happens with Bhagavad Gita. I'm reading Bhagavad Gita for the last 50 years. And then when I read again, then I feel very good. It's so fresh, so new. Is that okay? Does that answer?
Yes, thank you, Maharaj.
Okay, so now from verses 19 to 42, Hitika, you can read.
Text 19. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Yes, I will tell you of my splendorous manifestations, but only of those which are prominent, O Arjuna, for my opulences is limitless." Text 20. I am the Super Soul, O Arjuna, seated in the hearts of all living entities. I am the beginning, the middle, and the end of all beings. Text 21. Of the Adyats, I am Vishnu of lights, I am radiant sun of the Maruts, I am Marichi, and among the stars I am the moon. Text 22. Of the Vedas, I am the Samaveda; of the demigods, I am Indra, the king of heaven; of the senses, I am the mind; and in living beings, I am the living force consciousness. Text 23. Of all the Rudras, I am Lord Shiva. Of the Yakshas and Rakshasas, I am the lord of the wealth Kuvera, of the Vasus I am the fire Agni, and of mountains I am Niru. Text 24 of priests of Arjuna know me to be the chef Bharaspati of generals. I am Kartikeya, and of the bodies of water I am the ocean. Text 25 of the great sages I am Vibhu of vibrations. I am the transcendental Om of the sacrifices. I am the chanting of the holy names Japa, and of immovable things I am the Himalayas. Text 26 of all trees I am the banyan tree, and of the sages among the demigods I am Narada, of the Gandharvas I am Chitraratha, and among perfected beings I am sage Kapila. Text 27 of horses know me to be Uchaya Chaya Shirava, produced during the churning of the ocean of nectar of lordly elephants. I am Airavata, and among men I am the monarch. Text 28 of weapons I am thunderbolt, among cows I am Surabhi, of causes for procreation I am Kandarpa, the god of love, and of serpents I am Vasuki. Text 29 of many hooded Nagas I am Ananta, and among the aquatics I am the demigod Varuna, of departed ancestors I am Aryama, and among dispensers of law I am Yama, the lord of death. Text 30 among the Daita demons I am devoted Prahlada, among subdurs I am time, among beasts I am the loin, and among birds I am Garuda. Text 31 of purifiers I am the wind, of the welders of weapon I am Rama, of fishes I am the shark, and of flowing rivers I am Gangas. Text 32 of all creation I am the beginning and end, and also the middle. O Arjuna, of all sciences, I am the spiritual science of the self, and among logicians I am the conclusive truth. Text 33 of letters I am the letter A, and among compound words I am the dual compound. I am also inexhaustible time and the creators I am Brahma. Text 34 I am all devouring death, and I am the generating principle of all that is yet. Maharaj, I can't see the screen.
You cannot see?
The screen. Scroll the screen, yeah.
Oh, okay. All the others can see?
Yeah.
Yes, we
can
can see.
scroll.
So what happened? Your screen fail or?
The other text. I have read till 34.
34, but they have it in the screen.
Yeah.
You cannot see it. 34, it's here. Maybe God.
Generating principle of all that is yet to be. Among women I am pen, fortune, fine, speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience. Text 35 of the hymns in the Samaveda I am the Brata Sama, and of the poetry I am the Gayatri, of the months I am Margashrisha, November, December, of the seasons I am flower bearing spring. Text 36 I am also the gambling of cheats, and of the splendid I am the splendor, I am the victory, I am the adventure, and I am the strength of the strong. Text 37 of the descendants of Vrishni I am Vasudeva, and of the Pandavas I am Arjuna, of the sages I am Vyasa, and among great thinkers I am Ushana. Text 38 Among all means of suppressing lawlessness, I am punishment, and of those who seek victory I am morality, of secret things I am silence, and of the voice I am the wisdom. Text 39 Furthermore, O Arjuna, I am generating seed of all existence. There is no being moving or non-moving that can exist without me. Text 40 O mighty conqueror of enemies, there is no end to my divine manifestation. What I have spoken to you is but a mere indication of my infinite opulences. Text 41 Know that all opulent, beautiful, and glorious creation spring from but a spark of my splendor. Text 42 But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe.
Thank you very much. Very good. So let's look into, I wanted to show something. So yes, this last section from verses 19 to 42, Krishna's vibhuti is explained by himself, and that is Krishna's opulent manifestations in this world. And practically speaking, whatever we see, as we were doing in the exercise, whatever we see in this world can be connected to Krishna. Whether we connect to Krishna's pastimes, if like some of you were quoting Krishna's pastimes to refer to some of the words that we gave, like the trees or the river and the child and so on. But also we can connect, like here, Krishna says, from the purifiers and the wind. So Krishna is present also. We can remember Krishna when we, like the wind purifies a lot. Like when we put the clothes to dry, the wind makes the clothes to smell nice after the washing, isn't it? When there is nice wind, there is a very purified smell in the clothes, simply by Krishna, the sun and the wind combined, which are Krishna's manifestations, Krishna's vibhutis. And Krishna says in the end of, he's giving like a sample, like 81 different manifestations. But then he says, my manifestations are innumerable, infinite. So there is no limit. Krishna could be speaking on and on about his glories. And then he says that whatever beautiful, opulent, glorious creations in this world are coming from a spark of his splendor. From a little spark, so much beauty is becoming manifest. And then Krishna concludes, what is the need of all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. This fragment of himself is Garbhodakashaya Vishnu. There is a form of God Vishnu that enters into the universe, and then as Kshirodakashaya Vishnu enters into every atom of the universe. So, and this form of God is just a fragment of himself. It's an expansion. So Krishna is unlimited. With just an expansion of myself, I'm sustaining the whole universe. So this is Krishna's vibhuti. It's a very beautiful and very, very powerful narrative of Krishna's transcendental opulences. We can read now, let's read the purpose to verses 40, 41, and 42. One reader can read 40 and 41, these are short purpose, and then another reader can read 42. And then I'll take any questions you have. So, okay, Sagar, if you like to read, you can read purport to 40 and 41.
As stated in the Vedic literature, although the opulences and energies of the Supreme are understood in various ways, there is no limit to such opulences. Therefore, not all the opulences and energies can be explained. Simply a few examples are being described to Arjuna to pacify his inquisitiveness. Yes. Thank you,
Okay.
Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. You can read also 41, please.
Okay. Know that all opulent, beautiful, any glorious or beautiful existence should be understood to be but a fragmental manifestation of Krishna's opulence, whether it be in the spiritual or material world. Anything extraordinarily opulent should be considered to represent Krishna's opulence.
Thank you. So we see, like Krishna says,
Sorry.
I'm giving just a sample of my opulences, but my opulences are unlimited. And anything that is beautiful, anything that we can appreciate, we should remember, oh, this is Krishna's beauty. This is Krishna's strength. This is Krishna's wealth. Like that, we can connect everything to Krishna. We can go for a walk into the forest and then see Krishna's presence in everything that exists. In the city also, but in the city, because there are so many artificial things, so there is more Maya, and it's more difficult to remember Krishna. But we also can see that, okay, like all these things, all these big buildings and fancy cars. So this was built because Krishna gave intelligence to some people to manufacture all these material things. And Krishna gave the earth, gave all the materials, the minerals, all the raw materials are coming from Krishna. Like there was one life member in India. He came to see Srila Prabhupada, and Srila Prabhupada went with him and other devotees for a walk. And then Prabhupada asked this gentleman, he had a company, a business. And then Prabhupada asked him, what is your business? What are you doing for business? He said, Swamiji, I'm working with glass. And Prabhupada said, and where is glass coming from? And and the man said, oh, glass, Swamiji, the glass comes from the sand. From sand, we get the glass. And Srila Prabhupada asked, and where is the sand coming from? The gentleman said, oh, it's coming from God, from Bhagavan. And then Prabhupada said, so you are stealing from Bhagavan, you are stealing from God to make money. And then this person said, oh, I give donations. Sometimes I give donations for the temple. And then Prabhupada said, okay, then you are only a little thief, a small thief. So anyway, Srila Prabhupada was, in this way, was teaching this person and instructing him that he should remember that whatever business he has, this is Krishna's opulence. So it's coming from him. Okay, let's now go for purport to text 42. Kishori likes to read, so you are welcome to do so. 1 second, I'll project it. The purport. You like to read, you have to unmute yourself.
Purport. The Supreme Lord is represented throughout the entire material universe by his entry into all things as a super soul. The Lord here tells Arjuna that there is no point in understanding how things exist in their separate opulence and grandeur. He should know that all things are existing due to Krishna entering them as super soul. From Brahma, the most gigantic entity, on down to the smallest ant, all are existing because the Lord had entered each and all and is sustaining them. There is a mission that regularly propounds that worship of any demigod will lead one to the Supreme Personality of Godhead or the Supreme Goal. But worship of demigods is thoroughly discouraged herein, because even the greatest demigods like Brahma and Shiva represent only part of the opulence of the Supreme Lord. He is the origin of everyone born, and no one is greater than him. He is Ashamordhva, which means that no one is superior to him, and that no one is equal to him. In the Padma Purana, it is said that one who considers the Supreme Lord Krishna in the same category with demigods, be they even Brahma or Shiva, become at once an atheist. If, however, one thoroughly studies the different descriptions of the opulences and expansions of Krishna's energy, then one can understand without any doubt the position of Lord Shri Krishna, and then fix his mind in the worship of Krishna without deviation. The Lord is all pervading by the expression of his partial representation, the super soul, who enters into everything that is. Pure devotees therefore consecrate their minds in Krishna consciousness, in full devotional service. Therefore, they are always situated in the transcendental position. Devotional service and worship of Krishna are very clearly indicated in this chapter in verses 8 through 11. That is the way of pure devotional service. How one can attain the highest devotional perfection of association with the Supreme Personality of Godhead has been thoroughly explained in this chapter. Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan, a great Acharya in disciplic succession from Krishna, concludes his commentary on this chapter by saying Yachati सूर्याद्य भवन्ति यत्र उदिते च सा यदंशेनादृतं विश्वं तदृष्णो दशमेधृच्यते. From Lord Krishna, potent energy, even the powerful sun, that is power, and by Krishna partial expansion, the whole world is maintained. Therefore, Lord Shri Krishna is worshipable. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purpose to the 10th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita in the matter of the opulence of the Absolute. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Any questions? Krishna Priya, I think you had questions or one question.
Yes, Maharaj. I have actually many questions from these vibhutis. First, I want to ask Maharaj. Krishna is saying that in the month I am Margashish. So, and from the purport, we come to know that in this month there is like a grain or fields in India. There are more grains in the field of India. So, I want to ask. We have heard a lot about the glorification of other months, like the Purushottam Mass, extra month, or Kartik month, then why Krishna is just saying this month as his opulence, not the other months which is already so much glorified in the scriptures?
Yeah, I mean, like uh, Krishna saying this month because this is an annual month. Like Purushottam Mass also, we could say it's not different from Krishna, but it happens every 3 years. So then we could say, and Kartika month, it's actually, according to Srila Rupa Goswami, is non different from Srimati Radharani. So she's Kartika Devi or Urjeshwari. She's the goddess of the month. So we have Kartika and then Margashirsha. So Radha Krishna. First
Okay,
Srimati Radharani, then Krishna.
okay, okay. And my next question is regarding from the purport 42. Here, Prabhupada is mentioning that, let me read the line, Maharaj. In the second para of text 42, that there is a mission that regularly propounds that worship of any demigod will lead one to the supreme personality of Godhead or the supreme God. But he continues that the worship of demigod is thoroughly discouraged. So, with like this is a question which I want to ask from my own experience. I have seen many of the people who start doing worship of Lord Shiva, but they stuck with this the Lord Shiva, and we being the being from the Hare Krishna background or from Hare Krishna movement, we are not able to convince them because usually they say that I don't know in which scriptures they have heard that Krishna says that Lord Shiva, if you don't think Lord Shiva equal to me, then I won't be happy with you. I don't know the exact terms, but usually some people when they start worshipping the demigods, their conception for Krishna consciousness, I think it becomes very much it become losted. So how can the worship of a demigod, which leads one to the Supreme Lord, and Prabhupada continues with that it is discouraged. So it is just contradicting for me. So can you please
Yeah, the
elaborate,
worship of
Maharaj?
the worship of demigods may bring one gradually to the worship of Krishna, but this is an indirect process. So what Srila Prabhupada is rejecting here is the statements that when you worship the demigods, you go to Krishna. And that's not the fact. Krishna in the Gita, we saw that in chapter 9, in chapter 7, Krishna says, Yanti deva vrata devam, pitrin yanti pitri vrataha, bhutani yanti bhutejya, yanti majjajinopimam. This I think is chapter 9, text 25. So those who worship the devatas, they go to the devatas, to the planets of the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors will go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will be among those living beings. And Yanti Majja Jinopiman. And those who worship me, Krishna says, they will come to me. So it's very clear. And Srila Prabhupada gives the example in some of his purports, for instance, in Sri Upanishad. If you buy an airplane ticket to go from Karachi to New Delhi, you will not land in New York. And if you buy a ticket from Karachi to New York, you will not land in New Delhi. So if you worship a demigod, you go to that demigod, but you don't go to Krishna. So that's the idea. And Lord Shiva, for the worshippers of Lord Shiva states in the Puranas when Mother Parvati Devi, the goddess, asked him what is the highest type of worship, and he says that the highest type of worship is the worship of Vishnu, and even higher than the worship of Vishnu Krishna, is the worship of the devotees, or everything directly connected to Vishnu or to Krishna. Padiyanam samarchanam. So he says Vishnu aradhanam param, that the worship of Vishnu is supreme. And that's Lord Shiva saying. So if they're devotees of Lord Shiva, it should follow Lord Shiva.
Also, Maharaj, this is like I have seen, so I just want to ask. Personally speaking, I started worshipping Lord Shiva, and then I joined Krishna consciousness. I came into Krishna consciousness. So one of a devotee told to me that, and now I stopped worshipping Lord Shiva. I don't even have a picture of his in my temple, in my altar. So one of devotee said to me that you have started worshipping Lord Shiva, and then by the mercy of Lord Shiva, you came into Krishna consciousness. So you should not stop worshipping Lord Shiva. And as you mentioned, the Lord Shiva says in the Puranas that worship of Vishnu is the highest. So in that case, should we worship Lord Shiva or not? If by the mercy of Lord Shiva we come into Krishna consciousness.
Yeah, I mean, Srila Prabhupada said if you want to show respect to Lord Shiva, there is a verse from Brahma Samhita, Shiram Yatha Tati Vikara Vishesha Yogat Sanjayate Naitatak Pritakasti Heto Yasham Bhutam Apitata Samupaiti Karyat Govindamadi Purusham Tamakam Bhajami. You can sing that verse. That compare says that Lord Shiva is like the yogurt and Krishna is like milk. So Lord Shiva is coming from Krishna, and so in that sense, you connect Lord Shiva with Krishna, and he will be pleased. So if you want, you can do that. I myself, I sing this mantra every day. I don't have a murti of Lord Shiva, but every day, 3 times a day, I do sing this mantra because Lord Shiva is Vaishnavanam Yata Shambhu, the greatest of the Vaishnavas. So you can sing that mantra 3 times a day, or and in this way you express your gratitude to Lord Shiva that he brought you back to Krishna, and he will continue helping you. We see in the 4th canto of the Bhagavatam, how Lord Shiva gave initiation to the Prachetas with a very beautiful hymn. So you can sing that hymn as well. I remember there is one Maharaj from ISKCON. He already passed away. His Holiness Rupa Raghunath Swami Maharaj. I don't know if you met him. He was a disciple. He left this world. He was elder from Argentina. He lived in India quite some years. He did Padayatra, lots of preaching. His initiating spiritual master is His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj, and when he joined here in Spain, in New Brajamandala, in the early 80s, and he had been in India. He was before working as a war journalist. You know, these journalists who go in the middle of the world war and they take pictures or they do the reports of what's happening. So he had this type of work in very difficult countries. And he went to India, and in India he was staying with some Shaivites, some worshippers of Lord Shiva. And when he came to New Brajamandala in Spain, he came with a very long hair, like the Babas, like in these Naga Babas with long hair. He was not naked, but he was coming with very long hair. And then he came, and finally he joined the ashram. And at that time I was the Bhakta leader. So I told him, his name before was Ricardo. I said, Bhakta Ricardo, you have long hair. Why don't you offer your hair to Krishna as an offering? So you shave your head and you do that as a sacrifice. And I don't remember if I told him that Lord Shiva will be pleased. But Maharaj will tell me he was remembering that he liked it that I told him that to offer. But the reason why I'm quoting him is because he also came to Krishna consciousness due to the mercy of Lord Shiva. He used to live in India, practice mauna, silence, vow, and so on. And then he came to Krishna, and he was very grateful to Krishna, to Lord Shiva for bringing him to Krishna. And he will recite every day, he will recite the chapter from the 4th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam entitled The Hymn of Lord Shiva. And these are prayers, 30 plus verses or so, that Lord Shiva gave to the Pracheta brothers. They were very, very good devotees, and Lord Shiva initiated them with this hymn. And this hymn was coming from Lord Brahma.
Thank you, Maharaj. Maharaj, just last question I have from the same text, 42. In the last that Baldev Vidyabhushan said, and he said, from Lord Krishna's potent energy, even the powerful sun gets its power. So this line and the line from previous verse that Krishna says, from the lights I'm the sun, radiant sun. So this is clashing for me. Like here Krishna is saying that I'm that sun, that radiant sun. But here it is saying that from Lord Krishna's potent energy, even the powerful suns get its power. So this is confusing me actually.
Yeah, for reconcile this apparent contradiction, you can remember the Achintya Veda Abheda Tattva philosophy or conclusion. Remember that? Achintya Veda Abheda Tattva. I'll write it on the chat. Achintya Veda Abheda Tattva. So that's the essential truth of that Krishna is inconceivably different, Veda, and non-different, Abheda, from his energies. So therefore, when you look like this, then you say, okay, then there is no contradiction. The sun is Krishna's energies. So in that sense, it's different. But then, because the energy is coming from the source of the energy, then there is no difference. It's like, for instance, to use a metaphor with the sun as well. If the sunlight is coming through your window in your home, and then you say, oh, the sun is entering my home. So the sunlight is the sun, but it's also different from the sun. If the full sun planet will enter into the home, maybe too hot, too intense. But then the sunlight enters, and you say the sun has entered. So the sun is Krishna's energy, but then it's Krishna because it's his energy. So it's Krishna. Krishna is the sun. Good?
Thank you so much, Maharaj. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Any other questions you have? Barka?
Hare Krishna Maharaj. I have the question from text 36, where Krishna says that I am also the gambling of the cheats. I want to know if he is specifically talking about the activity, the gambling, or the people who gambles, the gambler. like all the activities like gambling or cheating, is it about specific activities or the people who are doing it? Who is representing Krishna at this time?
Yeah, he says I'm the gambling because people want to cheat. Gambling, the psychological foundation of gambling, why people gamble, is that they want to earn a lot by investing very little, isn't it? They put, I don't know if in Pakistan you have lottery also. Lottery in Pakistan, yes. So in Spain there is lottery, it's very famous. My good mother, she was not devotee, so she used to. Of course, she was Christian. She was pious, very pious lady and mother. But she will sometimes gamble little bit, say, okay, like buy lottery, and she didn't get much. But some people they gamble and they get. But usually Krishna says, like somebody tries to earn a lot of money with very little, by investing very little, and then they are cheated because they could have saved all this money spending the lottery, and some people they will be very wealthy because they spent a lot of money. After, like if every week they spend whatever amount of rupees, you save it and then you have a lot. So actually had an exercise about that. We could read the first paragraph of the purport of 36. Maybe if you like to read, Barka, because you asked the question, it's in 36. We will go to the first paragraph where Srila Prabhupada comments on the cheating.
There are many kinds of cheaters all over the universe. Of all cheating processes, gambling stands supreme and therefore represents Krishna. As a supreme, Krishna can be more deceitful than any merry man. If Krishna chooses to deceive a person, no one can surpass him in his deceit. His greatness is not simply one-sided, it is all-sided.
So yeah, when Krishna says I'm gambling, it's because people want to cheat, but they are cheated. Sometimes people try to cheat Krishna, then they are cheated. I remember there was one person who was presenting himself as a devotee. He even was saying, I'm initiated by such and such ISKCON Guru. I don't know if that was true or not, but he knew all the ISKCON jargon. He will say Prabhuji, Mataji, Maharaji. He will speak like that. And he will come and offer respects. So he came to Belgium. He was born in India, but he had been living in Venezuela, according to what he said. And he was cheating people. So he was using his devotional ideas to cheat people, to cheat devotees. And what he will do, even he came and he gave a donation to Bhaktivedanta College. He gave a donation so that we will develop trust that he's good, he wants to help us. But then he was saying that there was a prince from a country in war in Africa who had brought money, big amount of money, many, big amount of thousands and thousands of dollars with diplomatic briefcase through the embassy. And then he will tell the devotees, you give me, in order to get it out, I have to give $5,000. And then, but then when I get it out, you will get $1 million. So some devotees will get greedy and trust him, give the $5,000, and then they will not see anything more. Or even I know one devotee was cheated up to 20,000. He had money, and then he will say, oh no, but there is you have to give 5,000 more because this thing happened. And so we want to cheat, we want to get easy money, and then a cheater comes and cheats us. And this is Krishna taking the form of the cheater to cheat the cheaters. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yes, Maharaj. Thank you, Maharaj.
And we will end, I'll show you with 2 quotes about cheating, which is transcendental. Different type of cheating that Srila Prabhupada describes. Not that we cheat anybody, but I'll show you to serve Krishna. I have 2 readings. You can, 1 second, this was here. Who likes to read? This is from, there are 2 quotes from the same purport. First Canto, chapter 13, text 37. Who likes to read?
May I, Maharaj?
Yes, please.
That great souls cheats other may be astonishing to know, but it is a fact that great soul cheats other for a great cause. It is said that Lord Krishna also advised Yudhishthira to tell a lie before Dronacharya, and it was also for a great cause. The Lord wanted it, and therefore it was a great cause. Satisfaction of the Lord is the criterion of one who is bona fide, and the highest perfection of life is to satisfy the Lord by one's occupational duty. That is the verdict of the Gita and Bhagavatam.
And the next one, please. Yes, please read. I changed the slide.
Sanatan Goswami was cheated, the keeper of the prison house, while going away to see Sri Chaitanya, and similarly Raghunatha Dasa Goswami also cheated his priest and left home for good to satisfy the Lord. To satisfy the Lord, anything is called good, for it is in relation with the absolute truth. We also had the same opportunity to cheat the family members and leave home to engage in the service of Srimad Bhagavatam. Such cheating was necessary for a great cause, and there is no loss for any party in such transcendental fraud. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So you will see Srila Prabhupada. So Krishna is for the cheaters, he cheats them with gambling, and he sends some cheaters to cheat them, promising big money and taking their money. And then for devotees, that is transcendental cheating in the good sense for going back to Krishna. I also did my little cheating when I was going to, I think I told you the first day, I told my parents, I was going to the temple and I said, I go to the group. And in my mind, I was thinking to the group of devotees. And my parents were thinking, he's going to the group of friends studying parapsychology and the UFOs and all these things. So this can be seen, this is transcendental cheating because everybody benefits from it. So, okay. Yes.
Can we say cheating in a sense of benefiting for all?
Yeah, should be benefiting. If we cheat, we should cheat to do good to others, not to do bad. Should we cheat to do good? No. To do bad? No.
Thank you, Maharaj.
So tomorrow, please prepare first part of chapter 11, Universal Form, up to text 31. It's some amount of verses. It's a very nice chapter. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.